All right, problem number one. Instead of looking at negative square root of 72 or square root of negative 72, we'll look at the square root of negative 200. Both of these have negatives on the inside, right? So what do we do? Well, we have to remember that the square root of a negative needs to be factored out. So we could take out the square root of negative 1, which turns into the magical letter I. Right, so get rid of that negative first. Now, what you'll do is you'll look at factors of 200. And we want factors of 200, but we don't want any factors of 200. So like, for instance, I don't want fact like 20 and 10, even though that gives me 200, neither one of those are a perfect square. So I'm thinking about my perfect squares. I'm thinking about 4, 16, 9, 25, 64, 81, 100. And ideally, the biggest perfect square I could take out is what I'll take out. So in this case, I'll take out 100 and I'll take out radical 2. Now, there are ways to get there by taking out 4 or taking out 100, but it would be a two-step problem. You'd have to take out one, and then you'd see that there's still something left over. You'd have to take out the other. Well, the square root of 100 is just 10. And so that comes out front. That's a perfect square. The square root of 2 is not a perfect square, so that stays inside. So notice, when you're looking at this, I because of negative, and then the perfect square comes out front. And therefore, there's your final reduced answer. I know because my check should be, is 2 a perfect square? Can anything be taken out of 2? There's factors, but none of those factors are perfect squares.